Now, these guys, they've all done their bit. So we've been talking a good storm, and they've all done their bit.
Exactly what we said we were going to do.
Exactly what we said.
Yeah.
They've done.
But the old codger, as you call it,
has
now got it, and you are on the final leg, and you are chased just behind the world champion, the best 400-metre runner in the world, and you've got to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, again, an amazing run.
Yeah, but you get confidence in your mates. And they'd set it up. It was all going to plan. They don't... Because he's racing against a world indoor record holder. Yeah. Danny Everett's a world for the 400 metres. Yeah.
Put that into times. I mean, what sort of times were you doing there? Pretty fast times per leg?
Roger was 44.6.
Yeah. On the first leg.
On the standing start, which is very quick.
That's really good.
That's very good.
Amazingly.
So
I was 44.1, but I have what's known as a rolling start. So when you cross over the start line, you're already moving, and that's when the stock clock. John was 44.3.
Yes.
Again, rolling start as well.
390 yards.
what was your time in the end?
Yeah, what was your time, Chris?
Chris, what was your time? Yeah. And you had a rolling start.
Yeah.
Well, they blew out the candle, didn't they? But mine was a tactical leg.
Right.
So, Chris, what was the time?
No.
What was the
tactical slow leg. That's what you've got to put in there. Slow.
Tactical. If it weren't for me, these boys wouldn't have had no dinner. They'd have been sleeping on the bridges. I've earned you boys money for the last 20 years, boys.
But if it wasn't for us, we wouldn't put you in that position.
Take us through this big money-earning leg.
So here we are. So I've made weight. I've got the button from Johnny Tuchel. Fantastic leg. And now I'm running against the world record holder. But I had trained on a regular basis with Roger. And when I trained with Roger, there were many occasions where, I'd taken it out and I'd finished the session stronger than Roger. So I knew that I did, in the right circumstances, have the ability to match with the best in the world, because Roger had only just dipped out. So when I wasn't scared of Pettigrew. I was in a great position. He had to do all the running. I'm an experienced 400-metre runner now. I've been running 4x4s for 15 years. World class, well, not world class for maybe 4 or 5 years. But I had 15 years experience of running the 4x4. So I wasn't scared. I remember going around the turn. My adrenaline is flowing. I'm going down the back straight, and because I ran 45.40, and the boys are jibbing me because I only ran 45.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Finally got there. Thank you. 45.
Yeah, 45. What was it? 45.14. But whatever it is, it's quite slow compared to these guys. But I'm going down the back straight, and I'm standing tall and running like, and the adrenaline is flowing so much, and I'm actually thinking, you are jogging. Yeah. Pettigrew, you are jogging. And as Derek said, you've got these great big screens.
Why was he doing that? Why wasn't he not going
I think he was doing that because he was so sure that he could just turn it on with 150 to go and pull away.
I think, in a way, maybe disrespect's a too harsh a word. I thought he just thought, listen, I have no respect for Akabusi. I am the world champion. You're a hurdler. And how dare you try to race me?
And I was third in the 400 hurdles, by the way, remember? Yeah. So, I'm not even the best hurdler in the world. And I'd gone to the hurdles.
Only the third best in the world.
I defected to the hurdles because I couldn't make it as a quarter miler. Yeah. So, he would know that history. So
what's happening now, then? He's slowing slightly.
Well, I'm thinking he's coming around the turn, and I just don't think he's taking it serious enough. I think he's thinking, I'll turn on the gas, 150 to go, blow this boy out the water, we'll win the medal, I'll look good. Yeah. But of course, I had other thoughts because I was so going into that second turn. So I looked up that big screen, and as Derek said, you see these guys, the rest of the world is 15 metres behind.
Yeah, Jamaica were way in third place, long way back.
Yeah, they're way back.
It was game over. Yeah.
So I think to myself, OK. Don't worry.
Yeah.
And I'm standing tall, running around it. I start to put a little bit of pressure on the curve, on the turn. All of a sudden, he kicks in his turbocharger with 110 metres to go. He comes out the turn, he's doing the high knees like that. Guess what? I put on the turbocharger. I'm doing the high knees because I've been saving myself. Yeah. So I'm like this. I'm going, and guess what? I'm believing all the way that I'm believing I'm going to cane this boy. I'm going to turn it on. 30 minutes to go. All of a sudden, like you said, I hear. the baton has got
it's hollow.
It's hollow, yeah. And so it sings. And the higher the pitch, the closer it's down. Oh my gosh! I'm thinking to myself, and like you said, you see the legs, you see, and I'm crossing the sun. And the last thing is, I stopped believing in myself. I said earlier on about the fun with the hurdles, when you take your eyes off what you're doing, and all of a sudden, from believing what the boys are doing, believing our tactics, and I thought we could do it. I started hearing the baton. I started seeing the shadows on the track. And just taking my mind off what I was supposed to be doing. And so I stumbled across the line with it's like, well, 400s? Yeah. 400s is about that much.
Yeah.
On a cold day.
2 inches,
You know, on a cold day.
It's not much. So, I mean, we did do it. We said it all out. But, I mean, I nearly lost it for the boys, really, because you say, these guys won fantastic. They won fantastic. And everything was going to plan for 370 yards. OK, and he's 375 yards. 375 yards. And the last 25 yards, you know, the line came at the right time for me. Yeah. Because I think he bucked up his ideas.
He came back at you. When you went past him, he came back at you.
Yeah, he came back.
Fantastic celebrations. You guys all part.
I was on the infield. I was on the infield. I felt sorry for Kris because I actually didn't look at Chris's leg. I just couldn't see it. And I remember looking at John and... John possibly doesn't know this. I was sort of in the infield and I looked at John. I could see John looking. I had a quick look. Oh, I couldn't look. And then I was thinking, where are we? And I looked down the home straight and I looked at John. And all I see is John is going... Do you remember that? I was on the infield like, we've done it! And I looked,
he kicked and shouted, Champion du monde! Champion du monde! That's not mushrooms of the world.
So let's finish on the podium because the contrast between the new gold medalists and the silver medalists and their first defeat in this event.
It was... I mean, I was fortunate enough to be in athletics for 15 years, and that was the greatest feeling I've ever had as an athlete. And it was because you trained hard, you came against the odds because you know we're taking on the greatest nation that's ever been in a 4x4. Each of us as an individual stepped up and gave 25%, not 5 or 10, 25% more. We did everything that we could, and we put it all together. And it worked.
Yeah. And you've got to remember, if you look at all of our legs, who we ran against, our personal best, every one of them was slower than the guy we were running against. We all had slower personal bests than the American...
The opposing athlete, exactly.
So to take that disadvantage and turn it into a 400th of a second advantage was unbelievable. But, you know, going to the medal, I mean, you were giving the Americans a hard time.
We were sledging them, man. We were killing them because they were saying, we're going to kick your butts, we're going to kick your butts. We said, we kick your butt, man. And Andrew Valman, poor Andrew Valman, his face was like...
fun, wasn't it? But the best thing was, you stand behind your podium, we're standing behind there, and they always do it in reverse order, and they do it in French and in English. So they go blah, 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 and in third place, a team from Jamaica, and they stand up and they get the medals and all that sort of stuff. And then once they've had their medal and the applause has gone down, they say, in second place, and he's gone, oh, that's you guys! Up you go! And they're just, go on, boys, get up there! And then they go up there and we laugh. And then they said, and, you know, Champion du monde, world champions, the team from Great Britain. Like, stay there, guys, that's us!
Well, it was a great fun, great adventure.
Sorry, Gary. And then, like Roger, because Roger's not like normally a staid individual. He became a black guy. It's called Roger Black. Roger Black. He acted like a black guy. He's dragging his legs. He's sticking his fingers like that. He's just like, you know what I'm saying?
I've never had so many high fives from Roger in my entire life. Unbelievable.
High five!
High five, sir!
You've recalled it in this programme with great style, great humour, and a lot of fun. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, mate. Cheers.
Well done, guys.
Well done.
Hey!
Boosie's card!
The stadium quietens. The athletes walk forward and settle on their blocks. The World Championship final of the 4x400 metres relay. The wind freshening as they get away, and Roger Black in lane number 3 goes straight away, closes right down on the Jamaican. The American Valmont has started fast as well. Into the back straight though, it's Black at this stage who's cut right back on the Jamaican Pat O'Connor. Also going well is Valmont of America, and right on the outside, Kater of Kenya. The first leg run in lanes and the first bend of the second leg, and then they can break. As the stagger unwinds, we'll begin to see how they sort it out. But the important point is the breaking point on the second leg at the beginning of the back straight. Black has done a good one, but so too has Valmont. But Black on the inside is closing him down all the time. And the handoff point, well, it's very close between America and Great Britain, but I think Great Britain have just got the edge. Derek Redmond now, the UK record holder from Birchfield on the second leg. Quincy Watts going for America. Black 44.6 on the first leg, that's some run. And Britain got the lead they wanted. They've now got to start increasing it because they've got to give Akabusi a healthy start on the anchor leg. Derek Redmond being chased by the teenage Quincy Watts and caught by the American. But has Redmond saved something? Battling down the straight. It's a brilliant leg by the American youngster. Quincy Watts has got America right back in, and has the British gamble failed? John Regis on the third leg, and he's chasing Danny Everett. The time for Redmond, 44.1, so Watts run a stormer. John Regis, inexperienced at this distance, right behind the World Championship bronze medalist. Everett. When will Regis attack? Has he got the ability to attack? A seasoned 400-meter runner. Regis comparatively inexperienced. And Everett stretching slightly away. Regis comes wide to have a go. And Regis can't quite get there. America will take over in the lead with their world champion Pettigrew on the anchor leg. Akabusi goes after him. The difference is 3 meters. Now Akabusi has got to sit there and wait and make a late attack if he can. But he's up against the man who is the world champion. The race between the two of them, and the leg by Regis, 44.3. And still Akabusi waits. Pettigrew with goal behind him in the individual event. Akabusi, bronze in the 400 hurdles. Here he goes. This is the important point. Can Akabusi do it? Akabusi has a go, and the American is beaten. And he's fighting back. Akabusi has made it. Akabusi, gold for Britain. America second, and Jamaica third. And Akabusi at 32. So many relays behind him, but not often the anchor leg. He kept his head, experience paid, and Great Britain take the gold from the favourites, the Americans. Akabusi on the anchor leg, the glory run, and it really was a glory run. To run down the world champion like that, while the Americans there was a revealing shot. They're shaking their heads. We just got a glimpse of them. And Great Britain finished these world championships in the finest possible style. The British team over the years, a tremendous reputation of the 4x4, and the disappointed Americans really looking around in bewilderment. They thought all the way through the championships this was going to be a certainty.
Final result,